Hello and welcome back to the realm of insanity. I'm the Queen kayPOWXD and we are back with something very exciting. There might be a little bit of a spoiler on my lap right here. This is #ad, #gifted, and I cannot believe that I'm saying that. Nintendo sent me not only the Nintendo Switch 2, but they also sent me the new video camera. So we're going to unbox this right now. We're going to do a full unboxing together. I also got some leaflets so I can tell you more about the games in the future when we play them, which is cool. But I think we're going to start with the camera and then finish off with the actual Switch itself because we're going to want to play around with it. And I think the camera is going to be pretty easy to look at. We're not going to be doing any setup today. This is just a visual unboxing, maybe a turn on and messing about and checking out the packaging. By the way, it smells so good. It smells like fresh, delicious gaming things. In here, we have the Nintendo Switch 2 camera. It is literally just the camera and a USB and the little instructional guide. The camera, I really am intrigued by this because I think this is going to be a game changer for if you're doing collaborations with other creators on the Nintendo, or even if you're playing with your friends, because this little camera, you can do game chat with it, which I've had a play with, not game chat, but I have had a play with the camera playing Mario Party, and it was absolutely hilarious. But look how neat it is, and the fact that it points upwards. You can also angle it upwards and down like this, which is quite good because in some cases you're probably going to have you know, height differences. There's also a physical barrier on the camera, so if you want the camera on or off, you can switch. But I really like physical breaks like this because, you know, I'm paranoid about people hacking into my cameras and stuff. So it comes with a USB. It is a simple USB-C to USB-C. You plug it into the Nintendo Switch 2. And it also has a rubber bottom so it doesn't slip around and fall around. So there's some examples here of people using game chat. But it's honestly, it sounds really cool because I do feel like gaming is slowly becoming more and more disconnected. So this is giving us more ways that we can talk to each other and see each other's reactions. Because there's so many times where something really funny happens in a game and I just sit there thinking, oh, I really wish I was streaming because my facial expression was really funny. And yeah, it wouldn't be able to be clipped, but at least the people I'm playing with would see my reactions. And we do have places where you can do stuff like that already, but a lot of the time they're buggy or they're separate from the game you're playing, so they don't. On to the main event. We're gonna have a look at the Nintendo Switch. I have not opened this yet. This is gonna be fresh out the box, first experience, as if you was getting the but we are gonna break into the Nintendo Switch 2. I think we have an even nicer box. I think there's a box in the box. Wow. So this is actually Mario Kart bundle. So it also has Mario Kart World bundled inside. And it comes in a very fancy box. So let's have a look-see in this other box inside the box. I love a box. Ooh, there she is! Ah! Oh. It smells good. Oh my before she gets any grubby fingerprints on her. Right? The screen is definitely much larger than the original. So this is the bit I'm really excited about because I had way too much fun playing with these when I was at the Nintendo Switch 2 hands-on event. Here are the Joy-Cons. And as you can tell with the Joy-Cons, they are also larger. And they feel a lot more like they're meant to be played by themselves. So that's really, really cool. But my favorite part about the new Joy-Cons, my favorite part, number one, they're color-coded, so it's easier to tell when you're picking them up what one goes on what side. But listen. Eh? Eh? They are now magnetic. Oh, oh, she's soft. She's smooth, but it's very satisfying. And they have, like I say, they've got a really good click sound. So it's so sad. Literally, when I kept doing this. I was just playing about with them, but they are very, very strong. They're not going anywhere, and it feels so just I'm going from the original Switch to this Switch, and from the original Switch is so in here we have the HDMI lead. You get an HDMI included in the Switch 2, which is really good because a lot of consoles do not include HDMI anymore because people just assume you have HDMIs in your house. But I like this because sometimes you don't have the right grade of HDMI, so I'm glad that they've included that. You also do have the wrist straps. So if you're like me and you're a clumsy idiot, by the way, if you wondered, there is a lock here that you push to release this. Oh, and there's also a stand as well, and the stand is very much improved. It's a lot harder to move, which is good because if you want to have it at a specific angle, it's not going to keep falling over. If you've ever used the original Switch as like a screen and played with the controllers, if you've ever played with the controllers like this and you've used the screen and you've played with the original Switch, you will know that it's actually kind of annoying because the previous stand is really small, but this new stand, oh, 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 oh. And also, these add a little bit of extra thickness. So if you're playing as a controller or as a handheld, these give a little bit more stability and a little bit of extra thickness. But these are your wrist straps that if you're doing motion controls, you're not going to throw the controller across the room. Also, this is how you turn the Switch into a mouse. So there's like so there's functions where in certain games, there's a game, I can't remember the name of it, but it's basically basketball with wheelchairs, and you wheel yourself along in the wheelchair like this, and when you're doing it, the controller has like haptic feedback, is it called, or like rollers? So when you're doing it, it's like so you can feel it moving, and then you go like this and you throw things. And honestly, the new mouse feature, you can also use it like so. In the box, we have this is included. Okay. So we have the controller, which you plug the Joy-Cons into. I will show you that. Magnetic. It is! This is also a magnetic. Okay, so we have, this is, if you want to play something with the controllers, you have this version of the controller that you can use. Then, of course, we have the dock, because Nintendo Switch 2 can be used as a console on your TV, as well as a handheld. So the new docking station is much more fancy. Here it is. In this back bit here, you have all of your connections. And something I really like is that this comes off. Previously, it like folded out and it was a bit hard to get into all the connections. So this is where your camera will go. This is where your HDMI will go. And you've also got LAN, so you can have direct internet into your console if you wish. So this is the Switch in one piece. And I have to say, I feel like it is a massive upgrade. This is not a slight upgrade. It just, everything feels smooth, round, and also the dock. I mean, together, you're not going to be holding this all together. It's quite weighty when you've got it all together, but I kind of wanted the dock to have a bit more weight to it because sometimes I knocked into the tables and my dock would fall over. But the handheld, I cannot believe how light this is now. This is crazy. Oh. There's music playing. I don't know if you can hear it. Okay, so I am English, UK, Australia. I mean, it's pretty... This is the original Switch with the Princess Peach Pink Joy-Cons. Thank you to Nintendo for gifting those to me. The original Switch, we do actually... we did have ourselves. This wasn't sent to me, but this is the difference in the screens. Look at this! Look at the difference! And this bit isn't screen. This is all bezel. There's next to no bezel on this one. Yep. That was it. That was the old stand. So you can tell now why it was such a blooming pain. We used this on the plane once and it kept falling over. But yeah, so that's the original Switch. Still an amazing console. If you can't afford the Switch 2 and you need to get the original or the OLED, please don't feel bad. This is still an amazing console. I'm not dunking on it. I'm just showing you improvements between them. So I'm not dunking on this console. It served me well for a very, 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 very long time. And I still play Animal Crossing on it. So yeah, but I was really confused. I thought the music from the Switch was playing out my computer, and I was like, is that working? I will let that update. And that's the Nintendo Switch 2. Like I said, we're not going to do a full setup today. I just wanted to test out the speakers and see what it's like doing the initial setup. Again, thank you. Big, big, big thank you to Nintendo for sending this to me. I wouldn't have been able to have the new Switch 2 if it wasn't for you. I can't believe the increase of quality from the Switch 1 to the Switch 2, and I'm really excited to get my hands mucky and play it, and especially get into game chat with my friends and try out the camera and the features that includes, because certain games utilize it in a really cool way. But do stick around for the gameplay. And if you have any questions about the Switch 2, please type them in the comments, because even if I don't know it, it will be in the fact sheets that I've been given. So if you have any questions, comment them down below. This is for the VOD, the T-Storians, and I would be happily answer you, or be happy to answer you. I merged those two sentences. So thank you very much again to Nintendo, and I can't wait to get playing Switch 2 games. This is the first time I've been like at launch for a Nintendo thing, so I'm really excited. I have a lot of history with Nintendo. I grew up with the Nintendo S's, Nintendo DS's, and also Game Boy Advance SP. But this is the first time that I've had one on launch. It did arrive yesterday, but I was away, so I've had to wait until today to open it, and it's been a nightmare. But I really appreciate you. Thank you so much, Nintendo. And don't forget, T-Storians, you don't just have a life, You don't just deserve a life, you deserve a happy, healthy, and fulfilled life. I'm so tired. I was so busy yesterday. If you're watching live, do stick around. And if you want to catch me live, I stream on the days that are in my schedule. Check out my Discord or kayPOWXD.com/links to see all my socials where the schedule is posted every Sunday or Monday. And you'll know when I'm going to be live. But Discord is the best place because you'll get a ping when I go live. If you're watching live, though, do stick around because we've got Magic the Gathering to unbox. We were sent Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering, and I'm so excited to open it. I will be doing a photo post when I'm eating my dinner saying that it's there, but dinner is going to be a little bit later than planned because, anyway, T-Storians, let me say goodbye to you first, then we'll wrap it on with the live streamers. Don't forget, you don't just deserve a life, you deserve a happy, healthy, and fulfilled life. Until next time.